What's up guys, my name is Saddam Qasim and today I have recorded an amazing e-commerce tutorial where I will teach you how you can sell groceries online. So in this video, I will teach you how you can build an amazing website to sell grocery products and you can accept online payments. It is not limited to groceries but you can sell almost any type of product on this website. So without wasting much time, first of all, let me show you what exactly we are going to build in this entire video so that you can take a decision whether this video is going to be helpful or it's a waste of time. So this is a fully featured e-commerce store where I will teach you how to make this type of custom header. I will teach you how to design a free logo without Photoshop software. I will teach you how to make an Amazon type product search box. So when you type a keyword, it automatically shows the results without hitting the search icon. I will teach you how to add a login pop-up so user do not need to redirect on the My Account page to log in into their account. Also on a successful login, the customer name or his username will be displayed followed by the term hello. Trust me, no one on YouTube will teach you this feature. I will teach you how to create menu. I will teach you how to make a banner slider on the home page. I will teach you how to design a brand new home page with the Elementor page builder, which is 100% drag and drop based. That means no coding knowledge is required. I will teach you how to create a variable product with several options for the customer to select. I will teach you how to add a cash on delivery and PayPal payment method into your e-commerce website so that you can accept online payments. I will teach you how to design a custom product page. I will teach you how to put social media icons in the footer. I will teach you how to add a fake sales notification widget so that customer can trust on your online store. And there are a lot of things that I will teach you in this entire video tutorial. So without wasting much time, let's get started. Now before buying a domain name, firstly let's understand what is a domain name. Well, domain name is the name of your website, just like this google.com. So this is the domain name of Google company. In the same way, Amazon has their own domain like amazon.in or amazon.com. So the domain name has a format www. Then your company name.com or .in or .org. So this .com is basically the domain extension. And you must be knowing that to make a website live on the internet, we need a domain name, or we can also call it as a web address. So to buy a domain name, we need to get it from Hostinger. I have provided my affiliate link in the video description. So if you use that link, I will get some commission, but you won't charge anything extra to your pocket. So once you will click on that link, you will be redirected on this Hostinger page. Alright, now before buying a web hosting, firstly we need to check the domain availability. So here we have the domain menu. Let's click on it and then click on domain checker so that you can check whether the desired domain is available or not. Now it is highly recommended that when you are building an e-commerce website, you must buy a domain name that is relevant to your business. Let's say if we are going to sell groceries online, then we can buy a domain name related to the grocery term. So let's say we can search over here groceries.com and then click on the search button. Alright, so here we can see this domain name has already been taken. That means someone already bought this domain. But we have other extensions available like groceries.digital or groceries.tech. So if the .com domain is not available, then you can buy some other extension domain like this groceries.store. And you can also see the price is very less, just 99 cents per year. So let's click on add to cart. Again, it will check the availability of this domain. So here you can see this domain is already been taken. That means someone already bought this domain. Now let's check out the availability of this domain, groceries.tech. Well, unluckily, this domain has already been sold out. We can check this one. Cool. So here we can see this domain name is available. As we can see over here, continue to cart, and the price is $3.50 per year. That is also not a huge price. Now along with this domain name, you can also select a web hosting. Now what is web hosting? Web hosting is the space that you buy on the internet to put your website. So web hosting makes your website live on the internet. And the Hostinger price is also very less, just 99 cents per month for web hosting as well. So we can click on select hosting plan. Now here you can choose the plan as per your requirement. I suggest you to go ahead with the first plan, that is single shared hosting, that costs 99 cents per month. And here you can add one website. It provides 10 GB of SSD storage, that is enough. and one business email account. Free SSL, that means your website will be having the HTTPS protocol like this HTTPS. So it will be added before the domain name of your website. But the free domain is not included in this plan. That's okay, because we are already going to buy the domain name separately. So here we can click on this add to cart. So this is the checkout page where you can see the domain name has been added, groceries.email, 1 year period, and the price is $3.50 for an year. Along with that, the shared hosting plan has already been added. So if you go for 4 years plan, then it costs 99 cents per month. Otherwise, it costs $10 per month if you buy a monthly subscription. So the 4 years plan is really beneficial because here it costs just $1 a month. So the total is $51.20. That includes 1 year domain name and the web hosting. Then you can click on checkout now, buy this hosting, and your account will be set up. Now I already have a domain name and web hosting with Hostinger, so I'm not going to buy this right now. Now let's go ahead. I'm going to log in into my Hostinger account, and then I will show you how we can install the WordPress on the domain name so that we can start building the grocery e-commerce website. So this is how the domain name will look like into your Hostinger account. So that's digitalwall.online, which I have already bought. Now this is the interface, or we can say it's a dashboard of the Hostinger account. Now here you can find out so many options available. Let's scroll down and we can find out this one, auto installer. So with the help of this option, we can install the WordPress onto the domain name. So before installing the WordPress, let's go onto a new tab and we can try to open this website. So right now it shows the site can't be reached. That means there is no website onto this domain name. Now let's go ahead and we can install WordPress on the domain that is digitalwall.online. So I have so many websites over here. Let's scroll down. Now here you will find this option, WordPress. Just click on this select button. Now make sure you need to select the domain name digitalwall.online over here. This is the protocol. So here you can select either HTTPS or HTTP. When you buy a fresh domain, sometimes the HTTPS protocol doesn't work. So right now let's go ahead with the HTTP protocol. And here we have digitalwall.online. Make sure this box should be empty. Do not put anything in this box. Administrator username, you can enter the username that you will use to log in into your WordPress dashboard. So let's say I can type over here Saddam789. That could be any alphanumeric characters. And in this box, we can create the WordPress password. So let's say I'm going to create a password. Now administrator email, you can enter any of your working email address. So in case if you forget the WordPress password, you can simply send the password reset link onto this email address and reset your password. So I'm just leaving this email address as it is. And here we can provide a website title, let's say digital products. We can change this website title anytime from the WordPress dashboard later on. Leave the language English. And here we have create new database, that's okay. Now this is the current status of the hosting. Required disk space 55 MB, that's a green tick. PHP version minimum maximum, that's okay. And minimum MySQL version 5. Leave the rest of the options as it is. Then click on install button. Now this will take couple of seconds to install WordPress onto the domain name. Now once the WordPress has been installed, you will be seeing this type of list onto your Hostinger dashboard. So simply click on this WordPress icon next to your domain name. Now from this page, we can enable the Lightspeed Cache plugin that can speed up our WordPress website. So here is the option Lightspeed, increase performance with Lightspeed's advanced cache engine. Just click on this button and this plugin will be activated. Let's check out few more options over here. So I think that's all we had to do. Now let's jump onto this plugins tab. And here we cannot find any installed plugins because we haven't installed any plugin yet into our WordPress website. Now, in order to log in into your WordPress website, either you can click on this edit website button, or you can simply go onto the new tab and simply type over here digitalwall.online or your domain name, then /wp-admin, then hit enter. So right now it is not working, but do not get panic because when you install the WordPress, it takes couple of hours to reflect with your domain name. So after 3 or 4 hours, you can come back to your website, just type your domain name, then /, then wp-admin, and you will be seeing a login page that will ask a username and the password. So you have to enter the same username and the password that you had created when you installed WordPress onto the domain name. So it is about 4 hours. Now let's try to open the same domain once again. So I'm just going to open the domain, that is digitalwall.online/wp-admin. Here we go. So now this is the login page that is asking a username and the password. So we need to enter the same email address or the username that you have created when you install the WordPress onto the domain name. So let's log in into my account. Here you go. So this is the WordPress dashboard, or we can say the backend area of your WordPress website, from where you can manage all the website stuff. Now in the new tab, I'm opening the front page of this website. So let's remove this wp-admin. So right now, this is how our website looks like. It's a complete boring landing page that has been created by default by the WordPress. This is basically a 2020 theme installed. So we'll be going ahead to customize this entire website. We'll be installing a new theme that is 100% free of cost, and we'll be installing few plugins that can help us to extend the functionality of this website. So let's go back to the WordPress dashboard. So firstly, let's go ahead and we can install a free theme. So just hover on this appearance and then click on themes. Now at the very top, you can see this add new button. Just click on it. And in the search theme box, we need to type Ocean WP. That's all one word. So this is a free theme that we are going to install and activate onto our WordPress website. And this Ocean WP theme is best suitable for creating business and e-commerce websites. Now, in order to make this theme working, we need to activate this theme. So click on this activate button. A theme is a group of style sheets that specifies the design of your website, whereas plugins help you to extend the functionalities of your website. So this theme has been installed and activated, but Ocean WP theme requires this Ocean Extra plugin in order to make it work properly. So we need to click on begin installing plugin, and here Ocean Extra, just click on this install, and the Ocean Extra plugin is automatically activated as well. Now we need to install few more plugins in order to design our website. So go on to this plugins tab and then click on add new. Now in the plugin search box, we need to type Elementor. Elementor is a page builder plugin that has a drag and drop interface, and it can help us to design our website without touching a single line of HTML code. So this is the first plugin, Elementor Website Builder. It has more than 5 million active installations and more than 5,000 positive reviews. So install and activate this plugin. The Elementor is a great plugin to design the web pages, and the free version itself has so many useful widgets that you can use on your website to give it an enhanced look. And we'll also be installing the premium version of the Elementor that will extend the functionality of this free version. So we'll be able to create pop-ups, we'll be able to create custom header and custom footer. We will also be designing the custom product pages with the help of Elementor Pro version. So firstly, activate this free Elementor plugin. Alright, so this is the welcome screen of the Elementor plugin. Now again go back onto the plugins and then click on add new. Now let's go ahead and we need to buy the premium version of the Elementor. But here I will guide you how you can get the Elementor Pro plugin for just $10 instead of $49. So you need to open a website that is wpscratch.com. And from this website, you can buy premium WordPress themes and plugins that usually cost around $50 or $60 for just $10 or $15. So this is the Elementor Pro plugin. You can see it is just for $10 with 1 year free updates. If you check the original price of the Elementor Pro plugin, so we can search for Elementor Pro. So let's click on this first link that is from elementor.com. Here you can see the price is $49. That is the starting price per year. But from here you can get it for just $10. So I recommend you to just click on this Elementor Pro, add to cart and buy this plugin. You will be able to download this Elementor Pro plugin in .zip format. So I have already bought this plugin. Let's go back on to the add plugins, and then we need to click on upload plugin. Then click on browse and locate the plugin from your computer. So this is the Elementor Pro plugin. As you can see over here, the latest version is 3.0.8. This is the version that we need to install. So click on open and then install now. The free plugins can directly be installed and activated from the plugins directory, whereas when you install and activate the premium plugins, you must have to upload those files from your computer. Now let's activate this plugin and it's all done. Now we need to install another plugin, that is what we call WooCommerce. WooCommerce is a free plugin that helps you to integrate shopping cart feature into your basic WordPress website. So WooCommerce will completely convert this website into a fully featured e-commerce store. So in the search plugin box, you need to type WooCommerce, all one word, and there is no space in between. So the first plugin is WooCommerce by Automattic. This is the plugin author, and you can see this plugin also has more than 5 million active installations and more than 3000 positive reviews. So install and activate this plugin. So I can say this is the only plugin that can help you to convert this basic WordPress website into an e-commerce store, and you can sell almost anything beautifully. You are not limited to just groceries, but you can sell anything like mobile phones, tablets, or if you have ebooks, if you have softwares, anything you can easily sell with the help of WooCommerce plugin. Now activate this plugin. So the WooCommerce plugin has successfully been activated, and this is a setup wizard. We need to set up our e-commerce store. So there are total 5 steps: store details, industry, product type, business details, and theme. So here you can enter your complete business detail. Let's say I'm just putting over here some dummy details. And then you can simply click on continue, then hit no thanks. Now we are on the second step, that is industry. So from here we need to select the category under which we are going to set up this entire website. So let's say I'm setting over here food and drink, and then click on continue. Now product type, physical product, digital products, or subscription, membership. So of course groceries are the physical products. So keep this selected and then click on continue. Now how many products do you plan to sell? So from here we can select like 11 to 100, but of course you can change these numbers later on. You are not limited to 11 to 100 products only. Currently selling elsewhere, hit no, and then uncheck all these extra options. These are really not needed. Then click on continue, and at last click on continue with my active theme. We do not need to install any other theme, and then click on no thanks. So this is the entire WooCommerce setup process, and we are all done. Now the website has completely been integrated with the e-commerce shopping cart system. As you can see on the left hand side, we have a few more tabs, that is WooCommerce, under which we can find home, orders, customers, coupons, reports, settings. Then we have the products, analytics, and marketing. Now let's close all the other tabs and we can open our website once again, that is digitalwall.online. Oh, sorry. That should be digitalwall.online. Here we go. So right now this is how our website looks like. You can see over here some dummy data is already been placed by the theme onto our website. So we'll be going ahead to make this website amazing. We'll create our own menus, we'll create our own header, we'll be removing this type of tagline from the page, and we'll removing this kind of sidebar, and we'll create all our custom content onto our website. We'll be displaying the products and everything. But firstly, let me show you how easy it is to create a product into our website now, because we have already installed the WooCommerce. So here under the products, you can see this tab, add new. Just click on it. So from here, you can add a product into your website. So in the product name box, you can provide the product title. Let's say natural organic papaya. Now here we can provide the long description about this product. So I'm just pasting some dummy content over here. Then we can scroll down, leave this Ocean WP settings section as it is. I'll come back to this section later on. Now here we have product data tab. So right now the product is simple product. Here you can provide the regular price of this product. Let's say 25. If you are selling this product at a sale price, you can enter a less price over here. Let's say 19. Otherwise, leave this box empty. It is not mandatory. Then we have this inventory, where we can provide a SKU ID of our product. If you are managing an inventory and you have SKU ID or the batch number of the product, then you can enter over here. This could be any alphanumeric characters. Let's say WC001. And if you would like to manage the stock, enable this checkbox and then enter the stock quantity. Let's say 22 pieces are available into our inventory. Then leave all the shipping, linked products, attributes and other options as it is. And then we can jump onto the product short description. Here also we can put some kind of description about the product, but in short. We'll not be putting that kind of long description over here. Then scroll up. Now on the right hand side, we can see this product image section. From here, we can set the product image. So click on set product image. Now, this is the media library. Whenever you upload any content, any image into your WordPress website, all those content or media files will be displayed under this media library. But we haven't uploaded any image yet. That's why it is empty. To upload a new file, simply click on upload files and then click on select files. Now, these are some of the dummy images of the products that we are going to upload into our website. So let's say this is the papaya image that I'm going to open. And this image will be uploaded into my WordPress website. So you can see under the media library, this image is now visible. Now at last, we need to click on set product image. That's all. So we have successfully uploaded the product image. Now here you can specify the product categories. Let's say we can click on add new category, and papaya is a kind of fruit. So we can mention over here fruits and then click on add new category. So it is currently checked. That means when you will publish this product, it will automatically goes under the fruits product category. So let's click on publish. All right. So that's super easy to create a product. Now here we can see product published. So I'm just going to view this product into a new tab. So we can click on open link in new tab. Here you go. So you can see that is the product title. Then we have this product price 19 rupees. I have set up Indian rupees as the currency, that's why rupees symbol is over here. But I will guide you in the upcoming few minutes how we can change the currency. You can set it to dollars as well. This is the product short description. This is the stock quantity 22. This is the quantity box. So user can increase or decrease the quantity of the product. Then they can add this product to the cart. And that is the product image. You can see there is an inbuilt zoom in feature. So when we move mouse over here, the image automatically zooms. Then we have this SKU section over here, which is automatically showing WC001. And this is the product category, that is fruits. Then we have this description area over here. And there is also an inbuilt review section. So whenever someone leave a product review on this product, that will automatically be displayed over here as well as under this product title. We'll also be removing this kind of sidebar, so this page will completely be a full width product page. Now let's go back to our WordPress website. It's time to create pages. So we can scroll up and here you can see pages section. Now click on all pages. When you install WooCommerce first time, WooCommerce automatically create 4 important pages into your WordPress website, which are cart, checkout, my account and shop page. These 4 pages are essential e-commerce pages. And through WordPress, these 2 pages are created automatically, which is privacy policy and sample page. Now to create a new page, we need to click on this add new at the very top. Now close this pop-up. Here is the add title box. So in this box, you can provide the page name, for example, home. Now on the top right corner, we can see this publish button. Once you click on this button and then again click on publish, so this page has successfully been published onto your WordPress website, but it's a blank page. So let me show you into a new tab. Here we go. So this is the home page which is completely blank, and on the right hand side we can see this sidebar. Now let me explain you a few elements on this page. So the top section is called header. I mean from here to here. Header contains the logo and menu icons. So here we'll be putting a logo, and on the right hand side we'll create menu. Menu are basically the link of the inner pages of the website through which user can navigate among the website pages. Then we have this menu cart icon. So when someone add a product to the cart, this number increases like 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is the basic product search bar. So in the upcoming few minutes, I will guide you how we can create an Amazon type Ajax based search bar. So user can simply type the product name and it will automatically display the results. Now below the header, this is called page title bar. This is the page title and this section is called breadcrumbs. So we need to remove this page title bar. Now here we have this section, this blank section. This is what we call body area, where we can put the content onto the home page. This right section is called sidebar. So we need to remove this sidebar completely so that whatever the content we will put onto the home page, that will occupy the complete width of this browser. And at the very bottom, this section is called footer. Footer contains some links, some basic information about the website and some social media icons or whatever the content you would like to put over there, like website credits, etc. So firstly, let's go ahead and we can remove this page title bar as well as this sidebar. Go back to the homepage backend. Now in the OceanWP theme, you can scroll down and you will be finding this OceanWP settings. So there are so many tabs available like main, shortcodes, header. Under the main tab, you can find this content layout. Right now it is default. Make sure it is 100% full width. Now let's click on update. So we need to click on this cross and then update this page. Whenever you make any change on a web page, then you need to update that page. Now let's go on to the front page and we can refresh the home page. So now you can see there is no sidebar onto this page. I mean, body area has also been hidden because we didn't put any content onto the body area. That's why the height was not defined, but the sidebar has also been removed. Now let's go ahead and we can disable this page title bar. So here again, you need to click on this title tab and then display page title. Just disable it, as well as go on to this breadcrumbs and disable it. Now click on update. It's time to refresh the home page again. Here we go. So now you can see page title bar has also been removed. Now let's go back. One more thing you need to do, go on to the main tab and here this is called padding. Padding means extra spaces around your body area. That is what we call white spaces. So we need to make sure those white spaces should not be visible onto the web page. So just disable it and then update. So these were some page settings that we had to do on every page whenever we are going to create content onto that page. Now the home page has successfully been updated. Let's refresh it again. Alright, now let's go ahead and we can create the content onto the home page. Firstly, we are going to create a banner slider over here. So that will be an automatic rotating banner slider. So we need to go back and we have to install a free plugin. Now to access the backend area again, you need to click on this WordPress icon. Alright, so this is the WordPress dashboard. Go on to the plugins and then click on add new. Now in the plugin search box, you need to type Meta Slider. This is a free slider plugin that can help you to create banner sliders onto your homepage. So the first plugin is Responsive Slider by Meta Slider. And you can see more than 8 lakh active installations and more than 600 positive reviews. Install and activate this plugin. Now let's start creating these slides in this Meta Slider. Firstly, we can close this message. Also close this message from here. Let's close this notification as well. Okay, now scroll down. On the bottom left corner, you can see Meta Slider. Just click on it. Now before displaying the slider onto the home page, firstly we need to create that slider. Just click on this no thanks. And here we need to click on create blank slideshow. Okay, close this message as well. So this is the screen from where we can create the banner slider for our home page. Here you can see this option add slide. Just click on it. Now it will ask you to upload an image for your slider. So go on to the upload files and you can upload an image from your desktop. I already have an image. So these are the 2 images that I have already set up for this website. So let's upload this one first. Now click on add to slideshow. Okay, so one slide has already been added. Now let's add another image. So click on add slide again. Again, we can go on to the upload files and I will upload the second one. Now before clicking on add to slideshow, make sure to check the dimension of this image. Here you can see the width of this image is 1159 pixels and height is 398. So the same thing needs to be specified into the Meta Slider. 1159 by 398. Let's click on add to slideshow. So here you can see the width. We need to enter 1159 width and 398 should be the height. I always recommend you to use a big image for your banner. At least the width of the banner image should be 1920 pixel and height should be 400 and 500 pixel. That's up to you. So that will better visible onto your home page. Now we have already specified the width and height of this banner slider. Here you can select the effect, like whenever the slide changes, what should be the effect, either fade or slide. There is also a premium version of this plugin, but we really do not need that premium version. So here I'm just going to use this slide as the animation option. If you would like to display the arrows, you can keep it checked, otherwise leave it as it is. In the same way, you can display dots or hidden. Now let's scroll down. This is the short code that we need to copy. This is basically a code. So we just need to copy from here. Now click on save. So we have successfully created this slider into our website. Now it's time to display this slider onto our home page. So go on to the pages section. Now this is the home page. Click on edit. Now it's time to use the Elementor plugin in order to display the content onto the home page, because slider is also a kind of content. So here you need to click on edit with Elementor. So the Elementor screen will be loaded onto your computer. Alright, so this is the Elementor screen from where we can start creating the content. This is the body area of the home page, and on the left hand side you can see there are so many predefined widgets available that you can just use. You can simply drag from on the left hand side into the right area and they will be displayed. For example, if you would like to display the button, here is the button widget. If you would like to display a video, here is the video widget. And we also have the Pro widgets as well. These Pro widgets are only available into the Elementor Pro version. So if you have installed the Elementor Pro plugin into your website, then you will be seeing these advanced widgets like this login one, this form, the slides, and I can say over here this pricing table, Flipbox. There are so many useful widgets. Now on the right hand side we can see this plus. Once we click on it, you can see this type of structure. These are called sections. The first section is not divided into any column, that is a one column section. In the same way, the next section is divided into two columns. So in the first column, we can display an image or any type of content, and in the next column, we can display a different kind of content. In the same way, we have this section divided into 3 columns, then 4 columns. So you can use these sections as per your requirement. I'm going to use the first one. So just click on it and you can see there is a blue border. That means the entire section ranges from here to here. So whatever the content you will put inside it, that will only be displayed inside these blue lines. Now let's display the slider. So firstly you need to click on this plus. Now on the left hand side in the search widget box, you need to type short code. So short code is also a kind of predefined widget. Just drag it from here and drop it inside this section. Okay, so we have placed this short code widget. Now on the left hand side you can see edit short code. That means all the settings of this short code widget are automatically opened. And in this box it is asking enter your short code. So we had already copied the short code of the meta slider. We just need to paste it over here and then apply. Now we need to update the page. So at the bottom we have this update button. Just click on it and these changes will be saved permanently. Now let's go on to the home page and we can refresh it again. Here we go. So now you can see the banner slider is showing over here, and we can also change the slides by just clicking on this arrow. So this is really super easy, but we need to remove some extra white space. As you can see at the very top over here, there is some extra white space in between this header and this banner slider. So let's go back into the Elementor screen. Now hover on the banner images and here you can see this black icon. Just click on it. This is basically a column settings icon. Click on got it. Now once you click on this icon, you will be seeing edit column on the left hand side. Go on to the advanced and here in the padding section, enter 0. So there will be no extra white space. Also hover on this section and then click on these 6 little dots so we can get the settings of this entire section. Again go on to the advanced and set the padding to 0. At last click on update. So these changes will be permanently saved. And we can refresh the home page again. See how super easy it is, and there is no white space in between the header and the banner slider. So this is the entire mechanism that we are going to use in this entire website to display the content onto the home page. For your information, I have created a few more products into this website in the backend area. So once we go on to the products tab, here I can see total 8 items have been created, like this organic broccoli, organic sweet corn, organic strawberry. So there are so many groceries, products and fruits that I have created over here. You need to use the same mechanism that I have already shown you earlier to create the products. Now let's go ahead and we can display the products just below this banner section. So the process is really very simple. Go back to the Elementor screen. Now take another section. So we can click on this plus icon and then take the first section. Now click on this plus icon And inside this outer section, we are going to take an inner section. So this is the inner section widget. To access the elements of this Elementor, you can also click on this grid icon over here. So just drag and drop this inner section widget inside this section. This section is automatically divided into two columns, as you can see over here. So in the first column, we are going to put a heading. So this is the heading widget. Once you click on this plus, these elements automatically appears. So just drop this heading widget inside the first column. Now once you hover on this heading and click on this pencil icon, on the left hand side, the settings of that specific widget opens. So here you can see under the content tab, there is a title box where you can type anything over here. Let's say, now to style this heading, we need to jump onto the style tab. From the style tab, you can change the text color, the typography, font family and rest of the things. Let me show you how easy it is. So firstly, we have seen over here text color option. Once you click on it, the color palette opens and from here you can change the heading color. Let's make it dark black. So you can see the heading color has completely been changed to black. Now let's go ahead and we can change the font family and font size. So go on to the typography, click on this pencil icon. Now from here we can change the font family. Let's say Maven Pro. So we can click on it and the font changed. We can also set the font size from here. Just enter 18 or whatever the font size you would like to put over here. That's completely up to you. Now let's close this typography option. Now Elementor provides a very cool feature that you can duplicate an existing element. Just put the mouse on it, then right click and then duplicate. So that really saves a lot of time. Now we can drop this element in the right column. So just put the mouse on the pencil, then drag it and drop it into the column. Cool. Now we can click on it. So the settings of this entire heading has been opened on the left hand side. Now we can change the heading from here like view all, and we can also change the alignment at the bottom, that is alignment. So I'm going to set it to right. Now to convert this basic heading into a link, here you can see this link box. Whatever the link you provide over here, that will automatically be working on this heading click. So I'm going to put the shop page link over here. So when someone click on it, the shop page will automatically be opened. So firstly, we need to copy the link of the shop page. Go back to the WordPress backend and here we need to jump onto the pages. Now scroll down. Here we have the shop page. Once you mouse hover on it, you can see this view option. Right click and then copy link location. If you are using Mozilla Firefox browser, then you will be getting this option. Otherwise, you can get some other option regarding the link or copy the page link or something like that. So the link has successfully been copied. We can go back to the Elementor and we can paste the link in this box. So this is a complete shop page link that we have copied. Also, we can change the color of this heading. So again, repeat the same process. Go on to the style tab and here we have the text color. Now, this is what we call hexa code of the color. I already have a code, so let's paste it over here. That is 0cc5b7. So this is basically a green type color and you can see the heading color has completely been changed. Now, we have this inner section. Let's go ahead and we can duplicate this entire section. So just put the mouse on these 6 little dots of the inner section, right click and then duplicate. Now we need to delete both of these columns and we have to just put one column. So put the mouse on this black icon, right click and then delete. So the second column has completely been deleted. In the same way, put the mouse on this column icon and then delete. So there is only one column inside this inner section. Now let's click on this plus and in the search widget box, we can type products. So this is the widget which is available in the Elementor Pro version. Just drop it inside this inner section. And from here you can specify the layout of these products. 4 columns and 4 rows. So let's make it 2 rows. So now we can see the preview. All those products are automatically fetched over here. And you can see these looks really beautiful. Firstly, let's update this page and we can check it on the home page how exactly they looks like. So let's refresh the home page. Alright, so this is the home page and we can see the products are displaying in a very great manner. These looks really amazing. Now let's go ahead and we can make this entire section more impressive. Firstly, we can add some top margin above this section. As you can see, the heading and this banner has a very less white space. So we can add some kind of margin at the top section, and then after we are going to change the background color of this outer section. So these products will stand out from this outer section. So let's go back to the Elementor. Now scroll up, and this is the outer section. I mean the second section just below the banner. Firstly, right click on it, then edit section. Now go on to the style, and here we have the background type option. Click on this classic icon, and I have this color code. This color code is going to be used as the background color. So let's click on this color icon and we can paste that color code. Now you can see how exactly this looks like. This looks really amazing and the products are better visible. Also, we need to put the mouse on this inner section. Just right click and then go to the advanced. Firstly, uncheck this icon, and then this is the top margin box and this is the bottom one. So let's add some margin in the pixels at the very top. So margin means extra space. Now let's click on update and we can refresh the home page again. Here we go. So this is how the home page looks like. See, one by one, when we are playing with the elements, with the color, with the sections, the web page is going to be more impressive. Now let's add a banner image just below these products. So we can go back to the Elementor, and now we can take a new section. So click on this plus icon, and this is the first section. Now inside this section, we can take another inner section. Now delete the second column. The outer section and the inner section has just one column. Now in this column, we are going to take an image widget. So here is the image. Just drop it inside the inner section. Now on the left hand side, we can see all the image settings are opened. So under the content, we have the option to upload an image. Let's click on choose image. Then we can go to the upload files and we can upload a banner image. So this is the banner image that I have. So let's open it and we can upload it into the media library. Now let's click on insert media and the image appears over here. Now here we also have the option image size. So I always recommend you to make it full as the image size, then your image will be better visible. Also we have done the alignment to center and then we can click on update. Now let's refresh the home page. Okay, let's scroll down. So this is how the banner image looks like. Now let's display another set of products just below this banner image, and those products will only be vegetables but not the fruits. So let's go back to the Elementor. Now to save our time, we can duplicate this entire products section. Just put your mouse over here, right click and duplicate. Now we can scroll down and here you can see the entire top section has been duplicated. Now we can first of all delete the products widget. Okay. And we have this banner image over here. So you can also drag it from here and put it between these two products sections like this. So you don't have to create this section manually from scratch. Now here we can change the heading. So just click on it and then we can type over here fresh vegetables. Now inside this inner section, just click on this plus and here we can take a short code widget. So the first one is short code. Just drop it inside this inner section. Now we are going to display only those products that belongs to vegetables category. So firstly we can start typing a short code. You can use the open square bracket, then type here products, then space, then category equals to, then double quotes start and end, and then closing bracket. Now between these two double quotes, we need to pass the slug of the category that we would like to display over here. So go back to your website. Now under the products, we need to click on categories. Now whatever the product categories you have already created, all those product categories will be displayed over here. So right now we have this category vegetables, fruits and uncategorized. This is a predefined category that cannot be deleted at any cost. Now here vegetables has 5 products and this is the slug of the vegetables. So we need to copy this slug from here and then go back to the Elementor and paste this slug over here. Now only those products will be visible which belongs to the vegetables category. So total 5 products are there, that's why 5 products are showing over here. Now let's arrange all these products in single row. So again, after this double quotes, put a space and then type here column equals to, then double quote, and inside it we can enter 5. That means 5 column will be there. I think I have missed to add the S. Okay, now this is fine. So this is how we can display a specific product category products anywhere on your web page. Now we can update this page and then refresh the home page. Okay, so let me show you from the beginning. That is the banner image. Then we have the products. Then after we have the banner and then 5 columns products which belongs to only vegetables category. Now we'll be putting a kind of basic website information over here just below these products using the icon list. So go back to the Elementor and here we can take a new section. Now inside this section again we can take an inner section. Now divide this section in 3 columns. So we can add one more column like this. Now in the first column we can add an icon list. So just type here icon and here you can see icon list, or we can use this icon box. This is also a great widget. So let's use this icon box. Now we can display some kind of basic website information with the help of this icon box. So on the left hand side we have these settings. Firstly, we can change the icon. So let's click on icon library and here we can take a van and I'm going to change the heading as well. The heading could be something like free and next day delivery, and in this box you can provide your own custom description. I'm just leaving it as it is and we can delete some extra text. Now from here we can change the view. So let's say we can make it stacked or we can make it framed like this. You can also change the shape from here like a square or circle, that's up to you. Square looks better. Now let's scroll down and here we can see icon position. So right now it is at the top. We can set it to left. Now let's jump onto the style tab and we can reduce the icon size. Firstly, we can remove the space. Right now it is 15. 10 is better. Now from here you can change the icon color. Let's make it green. Copy this color code. Now let's close this color picker and scroll down. We need to jump onto the content tab and from here we can change the color of the heading as well. I mean the title. So from here we can change the color. Let's paste the hexa code and see the heading color has also been changed. Now let's go back onto the icon tab again and we can reduce the size. So right now there is no value, that means this is the default size. From here we can increase the icon size. So that's up to you, whatever the size you would like to put over here. And we can also reduce the padding. So right now padding is 0. We can increase the padding. Then scroll down. Again go on to the content and here we have the spacing. So let's set the spacing to 3. I think that is better. So this is how we can create the informative blocks onto your e-commerce website. Now we can duplicate this entire widget. So right click on it and then duplicate. Now put your mouse on this pencil and drop it in the next column. So this is how we can quickly duplicate any element and then after we can edit those elements. Again we can duplicate it and then drop it like this. Now let's edit the heading of this one and we can also change the icon. So from here we can change the icon. Let's select something good like this one. And we can change the heading to something like satisfaction guaranteed. In the same way, we can change the last heading. Now it's time to update. So let's update this page and we can refresh the home page. Alright guys, so this is how this section looks like. As you can see over here, it looks amazing. Here we have the products and there is an also inbuilt quick view facility. So once someone click on it, this pop-up displays with the product image, the product description and rest of the details. Right now the image has not been uploaded because I think the server speed is a little bit slow, but this is how it exactly works. So this is the home page that we have completely designed onto our website. Now next thing is that as you can see the URL of this page. So the complete URL to access this page is digitalwall.online, then /index.php, then home. But this home page should be opened when someone directly goes to this domain, digitalwall.online. So let me hit enter. And now you can see home page is not displaying. The reason is that we have created a page with the name home, but we haven't specified that page as the front page of the website. So we need to do a little basic setting into our website in order to set home as the front page. Go back to the WordPress dashboard. Now hover on settings and then click on reading. Now here you can see your home page displays your latest post. So from here you need to select the second option and from the home page drop down, select the page that you would like to display as the home page. So I will be selecting this home as the home page. Now we can click on save changes. Now let's go ahead, and this is the main domain digitalwall.online. Let's hit enter again. Okay, so you can see over here, now the page with the name home is displaying over here with its own original content. So this is really super easy to create the pages into your website, to create the content onto the pages. Now let's go ahead and we can create the menu over here. Right now home is the only menu, so we'll be adding more page links over here. Go back to your website dashboard. Now hover on appearance and then click on menu. So this is the page from where we can create menu for our e-commerce website. Now here in the menu name box, you need to enter a menu name. This could be a group name of the menu. Let's say main menu. This is just for your reference. You can give any name over here. And then after, we need to click on create menu button. Alright, now let's scroll down. Once you create the menu with the name main menu or any name, then the left panel activates. Here we can see whatever the number of pages we have created into the website, all those pages will be visible over here. We need to click on view all. So this is the pages section. In the same way, we have other sections as well. Now to add all the required pages as the menu, firstly we need to select all those pages. Let's say home page, then we can display checkout, my account and shop. Then click on add to menu and they will shortly appear over here like this. Now next thing is that in the Ocean WP theme, these are predefined menu locations. If you select main, then these menus will be displayed at the top over here. In the same way, footer location is also reserved. So we do not want to display these menus in the footer. So let's uncheck. Make sure the main is selected and then we can click on save menu. Remember, there are so many people who make a very common mistake that they forget to select their display location. So always select the display location before saving the menu. Now let's go ahead and we can refresh the home page. See, all those menus are showing over here. Now to arrange the order of these menus, it is really very simple. You can simply drag them and drop at the desired location, let's say like this. We can put shop as the second menu and then save menu. Now let's refresh the home page again. So see over here, home, then shop, then my account, then checkout. Now let's go ahead and we have already created two product categories, fruits and vegetables. So we'll be displaying both of those product categories just below this shop. So when someone put mouse on the shop menu, then both of those product categories will be displayed just below it. So let's go back to the menu. Now firstly, you need to scroll up and here you can find out this option, screen options. Just click on it. And from here we need to enable product categories. Then close it. Now on the left hand side, you can see a new option, product categories. Just click on it and then click on view all. Now we have two product categories, fruits and vegetables. Just check them and add to menu. Now to display fruits and vegetables under the shop menu, firstly we need to drag it from here and then put inside the shop and shift a little bit right side. So this is now the sub item of shop menu. In the same way we can put vegetables. So both are these the drop down menu of shop. Now let's click on save menu and we can jump onto the home page and refresh it. Here we go. So now you can see there is a little arrow icon. Once we put mouse on the shop menu, fruits and vegetables are displaying. So this is how you can create the menu and sub menus into your header. Now let's design a logo for our website and we will replace this default digital products text with the logo. So you need to open a website that is logomaker.com. Make sure the spelling should be correct. So this is the website that can help you to design your logo without any special graphic designing skills. In the search box, we can search for an icon that we can use inside our logo. So let's type here grocery and then hit enter. Now this website will display hundreds of free icons that you can use in your logo. So let's say I'm going to use this one. Once we click on it, this is the designing screen where we can design our logo. So on the left hand side, we have the color panel. Once you use it, you can change the color of the icon like this. If you would like to add the text with this icon, you can simply click on this T icon on the left hand side and this is the text. So let's type here something like the grocery store. We can also resize the font size So firstly, let's drag it from here. To increase the font size, just put your mouse on this corner and extend it like this. To change the font family, at the top you can see these two drop downs. So here we have the current one that is simple and modern. Let's say we can make it a pixel and monospace. And then we have this audio wide. This is one of my favorite font that I can use into my logo, but you can use your own desired one. So let's resize it. And we can also resize this icon so that it can match to the height of the fonts, and we can set it near to it. Also, we can change the font color from here. So let's make it dark. I think that looks better. Now to save this logo, on the top right corner, you can see this save logo icon. Just click on it. And then here, no thanks, download low resolution file. Click on it and you will be able to download this file. So let's download it onto my computer. Alright, so the logo has been successfully downloaded. Let me show you how exactly it looks like. So this is the current logo. Here you can see that is the logo. Now let's upload this logo into our website. To upload this logo, we can go back to the WordPress dashboard. Now under the appearance, you can find this option customize. Just click on it. Now here you can find out so many tabs. We need to click on header. And here you can find out this option logo. Just click on it. And from here, you can upload your logo. So let's go back to the upload files and we can upload the logo. So that is the logo. Let's open it and then we can click on select. Here you need to click on skip cropping, otherwise your logo will be cropped. So let's click on skip cropping and the logo will appear over here. This is how the logo looks like. Let's click on publish and then refresh your front page. So guys, this is how the logo looks like. I know still the header doesn't look good at all, so we need to create a custom header. Now let's go back to the WordPress dashboard. We can click on cross and it's time to create a custom header. Now the important thing is that you will only be able to create a custom header if you have already bought the Elementor Pro plugin. So if you haven't bought the plugin, go to the wpscratch.com and buy the plugin from there for just $10. Now here you can see this templates tab. Just hover on it and you will be finding out this option theme builder. Just click on it. From here, we can create a custom header for our website. The first thing is that you need to click on add new at the very top. Then you will be seeing this kind of pop-up. So from the drop down, you need to select header. Now here you can provide any name that is completely up to you and it is optional. So I'm just typing over here my custom header and then click on create template. Now close this pop-up. And again, you will be seeing this kind of a screen. We have already dealt with this type of section when we were creating the content onto the home page. So firstly, you need to take a new section, click on this plus icon and then take this section. So this is basically the outer section. Now in this outer section, again, you need to take an inner section. So click on this plus and then from here, you need to take the inner section like this. Now in the first column, we can put the site logo. So once you click on this plus, you will be seeing this kind of widget, site logo. Just put it over here. So whatever the logo you have set up on the logo section, that will be displayed over here. Now we can resize it. So the logo should be a little bit smaller. Okay, that looks fine. Now we can add a new column. So just put your mouse on this column icon, right click and then add new column. Again, we need to resize the logo column. So let's make it to 18%. Now in the right column, we can put a menu cart icon. Let me show you what exactly that means. Once you click on this plus, then on the left hand side, you can see this menu cart. Just drop it inside the third column. So whenever a user will add a product to the cart, that will automatically be displayed over here and the price will also be increased. And in the middle section, we can put a search box. So here in the search widget box, you need to type search. So we have 3 widgets available. Let's try this one, search form. So this is basically a search box where user can search for a product. From here, you can also change the skin. Right now it is classic. We can set it to minimal or you can set it to full screen. So when someone click on it, then it will appear something like this. This is really not a standard way. So I recommend you to either select classic or minimal. Now let's take another section. So just click on this plus and then we can take a full width section. Again, inside it, we can take an inner section and then delete the second column Now inside this section, we will display the menu. So here you can see the widget navigation menu. Just drop it inside it. And from this drop down, you need to select which menu you would like to display over here. So we have only created main menu, that's why it is showing over here and it is auto selected. Now let's click on publish. Here it will ask you for a condition. So click on add condition and make sure it is include then entire website. That means this custom header will be displayed on the entire website. Then click on save and close. So it is saving right now. Now let's go ahead and we can refresh the home page. So this is how the header looks like. I know it doesn't look good at all. No problem, let's do some styling thing in order to make it better. So firstly, let's go ahead and we can remove the extra white space in between these two sections. Go back to the custom header section. Now here, go to the settings of this external section. Now go on to the advanced and make sure the padding should be 0. Now go to the inner section setting, go to the advanced and set the padding to 0, as well as margin should also be 0. So you can see it has been shifted a little bit upwards. If you can focus over here, the outer section also has a column. As you can see, this is the column of the outer section. So just right click on the outer section column, then click on edit column. Go to the advanced settings of that outer column and here we can set the padding to 0. So I think we have removed a lot of extra white space. Second thing, we can change the background color of this second section. So here we can go to the settings of the outer section, right click and then edit section. Go to the style and from here we can change the background color of this entire section. So let's make it something like this and then we can click on update. Now let's refresh the home page again. So this is how the header looks like. Now if we can see over here, this second section has the menus, but menus still has some kind of extra space just below it. So let's go back and we'll try to remove that extra space. So this is the inner section. Just put the mouse over here, go to the settings, all are 0, that's fine. Now go to the inner column and from here we can set the margin to 0. Also we can set the padding to 0. Now this is better and then click on update. Now let's refresh the home page. As I already told you earlier, whenever you make any change onto your website, always try to update it so that you can check the live changes. So now the header looks better. Now we have a few products, let's say organic broccoli. So in the search box, you can try organic. Now this search box is not working just like Amazon. Let me show you what exactly I mean. I'm just going to open Amazon website. And on the Amazon website, if we type organic, you can see it automatically shows some kind of results just like Google. But our website is not showing those results. So we always need to hit search, then it will search all the products which are related to organic. So let's improve the user experience. We can put a kind of search box over here. So when someone type any term inside it, it will automatically display the related results. And that kind of search box is called Ajax based search box. So I recommend you to get a plugin. We need to go on to the wpscratch.com again. And here we need to search for a plugin, that is Ajax Search Pro. So this is the plugin Ajax Search Pro. So this is one of the great plugins that can help you to set up the search box just like Amazon. Whenever you type anything, it will automatically be displayed in the search results. So you can buy this plugin. I have already bought this plugin. So we need to go back onto the WordPress dashboard. Let's close it first. Make sure you have already saved this header. Then we can click on exit to dashboard. Now let's go back to the plugin section and we can click on add new. It's time to upload the plugin because when you will be buy this plugin from the WP Scratch, then this plugin will be downloaded in .zip format. So we need to upload that plugin. Let's go ahead and we can locate the plugin from our desktop. So here I have bought so many plugins from WP Scratch. When you will be downloading the .zip file, it will be downloaded something like this. So firstly, you need to extract this zip file and then this is the extracted folder. Let's open it. And inside it, you will be finding the exact plugin, that is Ajax Search Pro. Let's install this plugin and we can activate onto our website. Let's activate it. Okay, so now at the bottom left corner, we can see a new tab, Ajax Search Pro. Let's click on it. Now, firstly, we can give it a name. Let's say products search and then click on add. Alright, so this is the shortcode. Just copy this shortcode from here and hover on the templates and then theme builder. Open this theme builder into a new tab so that we can work on both of the tabs simultaneously. So this is the custom header. Let's click on edit with Elementor. Alright, now firstly we can delete this search box. So here on the pencil you can right click and then delete. Now in the middle of this column we can drag and drop a new widget, that is what we call shortcode. Because as you already know, to paste a shortcode we need a shortcode widget. Now on the left hand side we can paste the shortcode that we have already copied from the Ajax Search Pro plugin. So this is how the plugin looks like. Now click on apply and then update the page. I know this doesn't look good at all. We'll be playing with some kind of styling things in upcoming few seconds. So firstly, let's refresh it onto the home page. So this is how the search box looks like. Now let's go ahead. We can change the color and we can make it more impressive. So go back to the Ajax Search Pro. Here you can see this gear icon. Just click on it so that we can explore the settings of the search box. Now we can go on to this theme and styling tab. Here we can find out so many themes of this search box. So from here you can select a new theme as per your requirement. Let's say we are going to select this one, plain square horizontal. Click on OK and it will be loaded. You can also preview the search box by just clicking on this show button over here. So this is how the search box will look like. So let's hide this preview panel and we can choose some other theme. So let's scroll down and we can select this one, Metro Green Vertical. Hit OK. And now we can check the preview. So this is how it looks like. Now let's go ahead. We can change the background color to white and we can set the border color to something like black. So the search box will be better visible into the header. So on the same page, here you can see search box background color solid. So from here you can change the color to white. And then we can set the border from here. So right now it is none. Just make it solid, 1 pixel, and change the color to a little bit darker like this. Then hit choose and then save this search. I think the background color has still not changed. So let's make it white again and make sure to click on this choose. Otherwise the changes will not be saved. Now click on save this search. Let's double check the settings. All okay. Now we can refresh the home page. I think this is a cache problem. So let's clear the browser cache. Here we go. So this is how the search box looks like. Now let's increase the height of the search box so it will be aligned to this menu card. Let's go back and here we can increase the height of the search box. Let's make it 38. Then save this search and refresh the home page. Now let's try to type anything in this search box. For example, organic. The fonts are not visible. When I try to select it, you can see now the fonts are visible, but in the default state they are not visible. That means the font color has been set to white. So let's go ahead and we can change the font color to dark black. Go back to the Ajax Search Pro. Under the same theme and styling, go on to the input field layout. And here we can find this field, search input font. Right now it is white color. Just make it black. Hit choose and then save this search. Now let me clear the browser cache and we can refresh the home page. Here you go. So now you can see search here is also visible and we can type here organic. That's fine. Now we need to do some basic settings because this is a complete e-commerce store. That means it has products. So we need to do some settings so that the search box can check the keyword only into the product's title. Go on to the general options and here you can see right now the post types are post and pages. We do not need any of these. Just drop it on the left hand side and here we need to search for products. This is the products. Just drop it on the right hand side. So only products post type will be used. Now click on save all tabs. We can go on to the home page. I can clear the browser cache. So let's type organic again. Now it is showing all the products which has the keyword organic. So let's click any of them and we are redirected directly onto that specific single product page. So this is a great feature and Amazon, Google all use this kind of Ajax based search box to improve the user experience. Now if you can see carefully, at the top of this header, there is a border line and then extra white space. This is a predefined top bar. So let's go ahead and we can remove this extra white space top bar. Go back to the WordPress dashboard. Now hover on appearance and then again click on customize. Now here you can find out this option top bar. go to the general, and here top bar is enabled. Just disable it and then publish. Now let's refresh our home page. Here we go. So now the header is complete. So this is how we can create the header into our e-commerce website, and it's a complete custom header. Now let's put a login link over here. So when a user come to the website, they can simply click on the login menu and a pop-up will come up through which they can log in into their account, or they can create a fresh account. So this can be accomplished with the help of a free plugin. We can simply go back to the WordPress dashboard. Now here we need to install a free plugin. So hover on plugins and then click on add new. Now in the plugin search box, we can type login sign up pop-up. So this is the first plugin, login sign up pop-up inline form plus WooCommerce by Zootix. This is a great plugin that has more than 10,000 active installations and all positive reviews. So let's install and activate this plugin. So the plugin has successfully been activated onto the website. This is the login sign up pop-up. Now let's go ahead and we can create a new menu. So go to the appearance and then click on menus. Now here we can create a new menu. So let's type over here login menu and then create menu. No need to select the display location. Now we can scroll down and here we have a new tab, login sign up pop-up. Just click on it, and from here you need to add login, logout, hello username and my account, and then click on add to menu. Alright, so these are the 4 essential menus that will be helpful for the user to either log in into their account or they can sign up onto the website. Now we can rename this login menu as well. So this is the navigation label. Let's put over here sign up as well. Alright, we can also change the order of this menu. So let's put hello username over here. So whenever a user create an account onto the website and they enter their username, that username will automatically be fetched and will be displayed like hello only Saddam or hello Saddam 789. You can also remove this one and we can put the first name, that is hello first name. Let's add this one. Name would be better visible. And then we can put the my account link over here. At last we can click on save menu. Now let's go to the header section. We can refresh it first because right now we have created the custom menu. Now here we can add one more column. So right click and then click on add new column. Again we need to set the size of these columns. So let's make it 14% and we can make it something like 14%. I think both are 14. Yeah, they looks fine. Now in this one we can put another navigation menu and here we can select login menu. Now let's click on update. Okay, now I'm trying to open this website into a new browser, or we can open it into an incognito mode, that is a private window. So let's open the website. Here we go. So this is the login sign up menu. Now let's click on it and you can see this pop-up comes up. Now I'm trying to log in with my own admin username. So this is my username. Password is also auto-filled. Now let's click on sign in. Here we go. So now it has automatically fetched my username, that is Saddam789, and it is also showing my account and logout menu, because these two menus can only be visible when user log in into the account. So I have successfully logged in. So this is a very great feature of this plugin, that only login and sign up link will be visible when a user is not logged into the account. And after the login, my account and logout menu also appears. Now let's click on logout. Here we go. So now again login or sign up link is showing over here. Now let's go ahead and we can do a little amendment in this menu. Let me show you what exactly I mean. So firstly we can log in into the account, and now you can see once we log in into the account, then my account and logout menu just shows below it, due to which the header height increases, and this really doesn't look good at all. So let's go ahead. Firstly we can close it and we can go on to the menu. Now here we can make my account and logout as the sub item of this hello first name menu. Now let's click on save menu, and I'm refreshing my own front page again. Here we go. So now you can see there's a little arrow that indicates this main menu has sub menus as well. So I think this is a standard way, and the height of the header is also not increased. So this is how we can implement all the essential features of an e-commerce store. Now let's go ahead and we can put some content onto the footer, because footer is the thing that has been left right now. So let's create a custom footer. We can go back to the Elementor screen. Firstly, let's close it. Just like we created the custom header, in the same way we can create a custom footer. Firstly, you need to click on Theme Builder. Now again, we can click on Add New at the very top. Now from this drop down, we need to select footer this time. Here we can provide any name like My Custom Footer and then click on Create Template. The process is really very simple. Firstly, we can close this pop-up. Now here we can take a section. And inside this section, we can take an inner section. Now firstly, let's delete the second column. And at the very top, we are going to take social icons. So let's type social. These are social icons. Just drop it inside this inner column. And from here, you can provide your social media pages link. I'm just putting hashtag right now. But you must need to provide your complete social media wall URL, including the HTTPS like this. And here we can provide the YouTube link. From here, you can change the alignment to left, center or right. So I recommend you to use the center. This will be better visible on all the devices. Now let's go on to the style and we can resize them. So let's increase the size up to 16. I think 16 pixel is fine. Now let's add the menus just below it. So we can click on this grid icon. And here we have the navigation menu. Just put below these social icons. And from here, we need to select the menu. So that is the main menu. Make sure it should be horizontal. From here, we can align them to center. From this option, you can change the pointer. So right now, when we hover on it, you can see an underline is showing. So let's change it from here. We can make it framed. Now, when we put mouse on it, you can see how exactly they looks like. We can go on to the style and from here, you can change the font color. But firstly, let's go ahead and we can change the background color of this outer section. So right click, edit section. Now we can go on to the style and from here we can set the background color. So I think this color is better. Now let's go to the menu and we can change the text color to white. So the menus will be better visible. Alright. Now let's put the credit card icons just below it. So we can take an image widget. Here's the image, just put it below the menu. And now we can go on to the choose image option, upload files, and then we can upload a credit card image. Insert media and the credit card displays over here. Make sure to set the size. Image size is 1024 pixels. We need to set it to full. Now we can take a new section. And firstly, we can change the background color. So let's make it green. Like this. Now we can put the copyright text or website credits inside it. So firstly click on the plus. Then from here we can take the heading and we can type over here something like copyright and we can align them to center. Now let's go on to the style. From here we can change the text color to white. And then we can change the typography. So from here I will be selecting Quicksand and we can increase the font weight. Now let's reduce the font size. I think this is better. Now that's all we have to do. Then we can click on publish. Now again, make sure to add a condition. So click on add condition. And from here, we need to select include entire site and then save and close. Alright guys, so we have successfully created our custom footer. Now let's go ahead and we can refresh our home page. Here we go. So you can see at the very bottom, this is the footer that have the social media icons, the menus and the credit card icons as well as the copyright text. So you can add as much as content into your footer. It is completely up to your requirement. Now let's go ahead and we can create a custom product page. So let's click on this strawberry. Now on this page, as you can see, it doesn't look good because here we have this page title bar. Then we have the sidebar, then the product detail is shifted to 2/3 of this entire page. So let's make this page impressive as well as you can design it as per your complete requirement. Again, we can go back to the Elementor, firstly close it, then again jump onto the theme builder under the templates, click on add new. Now from here, you need to select single product. And in this box, we can provide a name like single product page template. Then click on create template. Alright. So now we can close this pop-up and it's time to create a custom template over here. So firstly, we can take a section. Let's take this section. Now we can take inner section In the left column, we can put the product image. So on the left hand side, you can see under the product tab, these all are the WooCommerce widgets. So this is the product images. Just drop it over here and the exact product image will be displayed. Whatever the product user will open, the image of that product will automatically be displayed on his browser. Now in the right column, firstly we can take the product title. You can change the font color, font size by just going on to the style, and from here you can do the same thing that we have done so many times. So it's completely up to you. Let me change the font family to Quicksand. Now we can display the product price. So go on to the grid icon and here we have the product prices. Just drop it below the heading and you can also change the color of the price and rest of the things. I'm just leaving this for you. Then we can display the product short description. So let's scroll down. This is the short description. Drop it below the price and then we can display the product add to cart button. So this is the add to cart. Just drop it over here. So it automatically fetch the current status of the product in inventory. Now let's go back. We have the product rating widget as well. So we can drop it over here. So it will display star ratings. Right now no rating has been given. That's why the rating status has not been fetched. And we have a few more widgets available. So you can use them as per your requirement. Let's say we can display this product meta. So this will display the SKU ID and the product category. Now we can take another section. Inside it, we can take an inner section. Now delete the second column and here we can display the long description of the product. So let's find out the long description and we can use this product data tab. This is much better than the one that we already had. So you can see it automatically fetched the long description of the product. Now we can take one more section and inside it, we can take an inner section. Now delete the second column and here we can display the related products. So let's find out the related products widget. So this is the product related. Just drop it over here and it will automatically fetch all the related products into the same category. From here you can customize the settings. So right now it is displaying 4 products in 4 columns. To change the heading color, we can go over here and here you can see title color. So let's change it to black and we can move over here. Make the price to something like green. Okay. Regular price should be black. And then we can go on to the heading. Here we have the color blue. Let's make it black. So the related product is now black. Now at last we can click on publish, add condition, include on products, and then click on save and close. Now let's refresh the strawberry page once again. Alright guys, so now you can see over here, this is how the strawberry page has been organized. The product image on the left hand side, then the product title, then the price, short description, product add to cart button and the product meta description, as well as the long description, and the related products are over here. Now let's make this page more impressive. So firstly, we will remove this page title bar. So let's go back to the WordPress dashboard and under the appearance, we need to click on customize. Now we can go to the general options. And here we have page title. From this style drop down, we need to select hidden and then publish. Now let's go back to the front page and we can refresh it again. So now you can see there is no page title bar. Now let's organize this entire content into an impressive manner. So we can go back to the Elementor single product page template. Here we have this inner section. So let's select the inner section. We can go on to the style and here we have the border tab. Now this is the box shadow. Just click on this pencil and you can see a 3D effect has been added to the entire borders of this inner section. Now let's scroll down. The same thing we can do with this section. So let's select this inner section, go to the style, then borders tab and then enable the box shadow. And in the same way for this section. Now let's save it. And we can refresh the front page again. I'm just clearing the browser cache. So see, this is how it looks like. Now this looks more impressive. Now let's go ahead and we can divide both of these sections. I mean, we can put some kind of border in between these two columns. So let's go back. Now, firstly, we can remove the outer box shadow. Go back to over here and then here we have this reset icon. Now this time we'll be doing the settings to the column level. So this is the inner section and these both are the two inner columns. Firstly, we can select the inner column, that is the first one. The same setting we can do with this one. Go to the border and we can set the box shadow. Now go on to the advanced and we can set some right margin to this column. So there will be a little bit separation in between these two columns. So firstly uncheck this icon and then increase this right margin. 20 would be better. Now the same setting we can do with this second column. Go to the style and here we can set the box shadow. Now let's click on update and we can refresh our front page. I think I need to clear the browser cache again. So let's clear it. Cool. So this is how it looks like. Now, if you would like to add some kind of more spacing in between the border of this column and the internal content, we can increase the padding of this column. Let's go back. Here is the second column. We can go on to the advanced and here we can increase all the paddings. So you can see how the content is now separated from the borders and then update. Also we can add some kind of top margin just above it because on the front page we can see over here it is sticked to the menu. So let's add some top margin. So we can go to the settings of the outer column and then advanced. Uncheck this icon and top margin should be increased up to 30 pixels. Now let's click on update and we can refresh our front page. I'm just clearing the browser cache. Okay, so this looks much better. If you would like to round the corners of this column, this is also very simple. So let's say we are going to make the rounded corners of this first column. Firstly, go to the setting of this first column, then go on to the style. Under the border, here we have border radius. Increase all the border radius up to 5 or 10 pixel. So now you can see there is a little curve at each corner of this column. The same thing we can do with the second one. Go to the border and increase the border radius up to 10 pixels. Now click on update. Let's clear the browser cache. Here we go. So now this is how it looks like. You can see it's really amazing. So this is the way how you can customize your single product page. Now let's go ahead and we can change the currency of this store. Right now it is Indian rupees. So let's go ahead and we can set it to United States dollars or Great British pounds. We can go back to the WordPress dashboard. Now let's close all these windows. Now under the WooCommerce, we can see settings tab. Now this screen contains all the core settings of the WooCommerce plugin. So from here you can change your business address that will be represented on your website. And here we have several settings like whether you are selling products to all the countries or just to specific countries. So if you select sell to specific countries, then you need to enter the country's name over here. Otherwise, you can set it to sell to all countries. So that's completely up to you. Here we have the currency option. So from here you can select your own currency like United States dollar. And then save changes. Now let's refresh the product page. Here we go. So now the currency has been changed to United States dollars. Now let's go ahead and we can integrate the PayPal payment gateway into our website and the cash on delivery system. So right now if you add this product to the cart, let's click on view cart. So this is the cart page. Now this cart page also has the sidebar. So to disable the sidebar, here you can see this edit page link. Right click and open it into a new tab. Now scroll down and here you can find this setting. Under the main, content layout is default, just make it full width and disable the paddings, then update. Now we can refresh the cart page again. And you can see the sidebar has completely been removed. Now let's click on proceed to checkout. And the same thing we need to do onto the checkout page. Just edit this page, go back to the backend. Now scroll down and under the main tab, it is default, just make it full width and disable the padding. Or I can recommend just enable the padding because I have seen onto the cart page that the entire section was sticked to the header. Now let's refresh the checkout page. Okay, so the sidebar has completely been gone. Now you can see over here, the message is sorry, it seems that there are no available payment methods for your state. So user will not be able to check out. Let's go ahead and we can set up the payment method. So under the WooCommerce settings, here is the fourth tab, payments. Now WooCommerce has 4 default payment methods, that is direct bank transfer, checkout payments, cash on delivery and PayPal standard. To enable the cash on delivery, just click on this icon and save changes. So that's all we have to do to enable the cash on delivery option. Let me refresh the checkout page. Here we go. So now you can see that no payment available method is completely been removed and cash on delivery option is available over here. Now let's go ahead and we can integrate the PayPal payment method to accept the online payments. So firstly, we need to set up the PayPal payment method. So here you need to click on setup button. Now firstly, we need to enable the PayPal standard. Then after, this is the PayPal email box. So here you have to enter your PayPal email account. So the process is really very simple. You can simply go on to the paypal.com and here you can sign up and create a free account. I have provided one of my referral link in the video description. So if you use that link to create a PayPal account, you will get $10 free credits. Also, onto my YouTube channel, you can simply go onto youtube.com then /Saddam Qasim. So on my channel, I have created a few videos that will help you to integrate the PayPal payment gateway onto your WooCommerce website as well as other payment gateways. So here you can find out all helpful videos about the WooCommerce, like if your WooCommerce store is not sending emails, then this is the video for you. If you are from India and you would like to integrate the Razorpay payment gateway, this is the video for you. Here is another video that will help you to integrate 10 useful plugins of the WooCommerce that can boost your sales. Here you can integrate the SMS gateway into your website. So whenever you will receive a new order, an OTP will be sent on to the mobile phones. And this is the PayPal identity token video. So here we also need the PayPal identity token. Firstly, you need to enter your PayPal email address over here, then leave these checkboxes as it is. Again, you need to enter your PayPal email address in this box, and in this box, you have to enter your PayPal identity token. PayPal identity token is something like this alphanumeric code. So that can be generated from your PayPal account itself. So this video on my channel will help you how to generate PayPal identity token. You can simply jump onto my YouTube channel, that is youtube.com /Saddam Qasim, and you will find this video. Once you enter all these things, let me enter one of my dummy email. Let's say this is my PayPal email account. The same email address I have to enter in this box. Then leave all these boxes as it is and click on Save Changes. Now let's refresh the checkout page. Here we go. So now you can see PayPal payment gateway option is also enabled onto our website, and this is the total price of the product. So user can simply fill up their billing detail form and then they can click on proceed to PayPal. Admin will receive a confirmation email as well as the customer. Now let's go ahead and we can integrate a fake sales notification that will increase trust in front of the customer and it will help you to boost your sales. So we are going back to the WordPress dashboard. Now let's install a free plugin through which we can integrate the fake sales notification. So in the search box, you need to type S-Alert. That's all one word. So this is the plugin S-Alert Fake Sales Notification WooCommerce. This thing really works in increasing your sales. As you can see over here, more than 10,000 people have already installed this plugin. So let's install and we can activate this plugin. Meanwhile, let's open the home page. So the S-Alert plugin has successfully been activated onto the website, and on the left hand side just above the WooCommerce we can see this option. Let's click on it. Alright, so from here we can do some basic settings. Firstly, we need to click on pop-up enable, so this plugin will start working. Now pop-up start time 5 seconds, so you can customize the time as per your requirement. Then we can specify the position of the pop-up. Right now it is on bottom right, let's make it bottom left. And then we have the animation style type and image position and image style. So just leave them as it is. Then we can click on save settings. Now let's refresh our home page and wait for 5 seconds. Here we go. So you can see at the bottom left corner, John from Australia has just purchased. So we need to do some kind of settings in order to display that specific product onto this pop-up. So let's go back to the S-Alert. Now we can scroll up and here you can see the second tab, display settings. Now scroll down. In this box, you can provide the person name just like John, Ellie, Harris, Julia, Barbara, Stephanie. Make sure after the comma, there should not be any space. Now let's go ahead and we can add the country names. Here we can enter the country name in the same format. Let's remove the extra space. Make sure if you have entered 6 people name over here, then 6 countries or 6 location names should be entered over here as well. I think I'm missing one. So let's add over here like this. And then we can click on Save Settings. Now let's refresh our home page. Alright, so now here you can see it is fetching Stephanie from Singapore has purchased. Now let's go ahead and we can do one more setting over here. So here you can add the product. Let's click over here and we can type organic sweet corn. And from here you can select the image of the product. Click on upload button and from the media library you can select the product image and then select. In the same way you can add more products by just clicking on this add product button. I'm just deleting it right now and we can save it once again. Now let's refresh our home page. Okay, here we go. So now it is fetching the product image, name of the person and from the location as well as the product title. So this is how you can integrate the fake sales notification into your WooCommerce website, and this really works because customer thinks that people are really purchasing the products. So this really generates some kind of trust in the mind of the customer. I hope till now you have learned a lot of things about e-commerce development. Now let me guide you how we can create a variable product into your e-commerce website. Let me tell you what exactly variable product means. So let's say we are going to sell these tomatoes. Now when someone come to the website, of course they can choose the weight of these tomatoes, like how many tomatoes they want. In India, we buy the tomatoes according to the weight, like 1 kilograms or 2 kilograms or 500 grams. So right now when we click on this tomato product, there is no weight box. So user has no option how much or what quantity of tomatoes they want to purchase. So let's go ahead. We can put a drop down over here through which user can select the quantity or the weight of these tomatoes, and according to those quantity, the price will be calculated. The product which has those kind of options or the quantity boxes are called variable products. So let's go back to the WordPress dashboard. Under the products, you can see this attributes menu. Just click on it. Now from this page, we can firstly create the attributes just like weight. Leave the slug box empty and then click on add attribute. So it appears over here. Now let's click on configure terms. So we can add the values in this weight attribute. So we can type over here 500 grams. Leave all these boxes empty. Add new weight. Now we can select over here 1 kilograms. Then add new weight. Then 2 kilograms. Then add new weight and so on. Here we can also arrange the order. Firstly, in the drop down 500 grams will be visible, then 1 kilogram, then 2 kilogram. So here you can see this hamburger icon. Just put your mouse and drag it at the top. So this will come at the very first and then 1 kilograms and then 2 kilograms. So this could be a better order. Now let's go back to all products and we need to find the tomato product. So these are the tomatoes. Click on edit. Now let's scroll down. So right now under the product data tab, it is a simple product. Let's select from here variable product. Now, next step is go on to this attributes and from this drop down, click on weight because we have already created weight as the attribute under the products over here. So click on add. Now, here we need to click on select all. So all the values will be automatically fetched in this box and make sure to click on used for variations. At last, save attributes. Now go on to this variations tab and from this drop down, remember you need to select create variations from all attributes. Then click on go, hit OK and total 3 variations have been added. Now we can add separate pricing for 500 gram, 1 kilogram and 2 kilograms. So let's click on it and we can open. Now here we can provide the price. For example, for 500 gram, we can sell it for $2. Then for 1 kilogram, we can sell it for 4. And for 2 kilograms, we can sell it for 5. That is just a $1 discount. At last, we need to click on this Save Changes button. Now scroll up and click on Finally Update button. So all these changes will be saved permanently. Now let's refresh the front page of this tomato product. So I'm just clearing the browser cache. Here we go. So now you can see there is a drop down over here with the attribute weight. Now add to cart button is not enabled. If I try to click on it, it is asking me please select some product options before adding this product to cart. So user must have to select a quantity from here. Let's say for 500 grams. So this is the price, $2. Now add to cart button is enabled. If we select 1 kilogram, you can see the price also updates. So this type of product is called a variable product. You must have purchased the t-shirt from many of the websites like Amazon or eBay. So there you can also select the colors or the size of the t-shirt. So those type of products are also called variable products. I hope it was easy for you to understand how exactly we can build this fully featured e-commerce store. Now let me drive you onto my YouTube channel because this video is going to be too long, so I think it could be better if I can show you more WooCommerce videos that can help you to improve your e-commerce website. So once you will be redirected onto my YouTube channel, again I'm reminding the URL, that is youtube.com/Saddam Qasim. So here on the videos tab, you will be finding so many WooCommerce based videos that can help you to improve the user experience of your e-commerce website. Just like you can also create backup of your WordPress website or the WooCommerce website with the help of this video. In the same way, you can set a coming soon page with the help of this video. Now let's scroll down here. I have also created a video on how to integrate Paytm payment gateway into your e-commerce website. This is another video that can help you to enable SMS notifications onto your WooCommerce store. And then we have few more videos like you can integrate Facebook login into your WordPress website with the help of this video. This can help you how easily we can integrate the social login into your WooCommerce website. This is another video that can help you how to create a contact form into your e-commerce website or any type of basic WordPress website. This is a video that can help you how to integrate WhatsApp chat feature into your website. This is another video that can guide you how to create a custom product page, which I have already explained you in the current video. So there are so many helpful videos that I have created on WordPress and WooCommerce. So go ahead, explore my YouTube channel and you will finding a lot of helpful stuff. If this video was helpful, please do not forget to subscribe my channel to get notifications about the upcoming videos. Please like the video and leave your positive comments. Thank you very much.